times have changed very much. The clocks went back. Did they go forward? No, they went back. Did they go forward? No, well, they went back. Do we know where we are now? I don't think so. Because they went back. Oh, dearie me. If we could all go back, that would be good. Hello. Hello. Did I change back today? Yes. Yes, we went back. And also, I watched the end of Strictly Come Dancing, the results show. So I slightly, I thought, I'll give it because I gave it 10 minutes last week. But then my dad needed it paused to go to the bathroom or toilet, depending on where you, yes, he didn't have a bath. He just needed a poo. So yeah, so it was late anyway, so I thought I'll give it half an hour, but I nearly forgot about it anyway because I was scrolling on my phone and then I suddenly went, ooh, oh dear. Anyway, hello to our bingo. The clock still changed. It's a fact, and now it's dark. It's very dark, and I just got a parcel delivered. I ordered because I had one of these before. I gave it to my brother who had a very swollen face, and his beard was like all the way down to, it's like, oh, and he used it, and all of a sudden you could see the bottom of his beard. So I needed a new one of those. So I ordered this, and it came today, and I got a notification saying it came, and I was like, oh, good. So I thought, where is it? It wasn't on the doorstep. It wasn't through the letterbox. It wasn't anywhere. And then I thought, oh, if they sent a picture, and they had sent a picture. They sent a picture, and the picture was interesting because it was like, where is that? I know what it was. I definitely know what it was. But it's like, where? Because it wasn't here. It was the picture. There. That's the picture. It's a recycling container. They put it in somebody else's recycling container. And this is in the light, so you can see, so you could see there that it was quite light when they delivered it, and it was dark by the time, because the clocks, it was dark by the time I went to look for it. So I was like, no, it's not. So I looked in the recycling, because it's going to be taken in the morning, the recycling. Everyone's put the recycling out, and it's going to be taken first thing in the morning. And now it's dark. So I looked, and it wasn't in the next doors, and I had to look all the way up the street, put my torch on, and have a little look, and it was like, what's that? But I could see that they hadn't actually put it out, so it was in somebody's garden, and there's like a little blue thing. So I was like, you can see that in the corner, a blue thing. So I was like, I'm going to have to find that blue thing. So I was like, with my little torch, and I was like, and I found it. And there was a wine bottle outside. There was recycling outside, so there was a wine bottle. So it was like, that's a clue, my first clue. But it wasn't like that. They put it in somebody else's garden in a recycling container that was going to be collected. I did get it. Miracle! I felt like Sherlock Holmes. So that was unfortunate, but at least I got it in the end. Hooray! I think it's gouache or something like that. What's it called? I don't know. It's a gift box. It says anti-facial, anti-aging facial tool thing. Gua sha. And you sort of there you go. You get the lymph nodes going. And it works. I didn't know whether it worked or not. When I used it on me, I was like, I'm not sure really. But then when I did it on my brother, it was like, whoa! It's a miracle. He went from to, so I thought that's definitely a working thing. So that is good, because if you get headaches and swollen glands and stuff. Anyway, not going to tell you where I got it from, because you never get it anyway. Because if you ordered it, it would be thrown in your rubbish bin or something. I don't know. Delivery people today, what are they like? It's delivered into a secure place, it said. I do not think that somebody else's recycling bin in the dark, far away from your house, is a secure place. With no indication. Whose recycling bin? Because all recycling bins are the same in the dark. And it was dark. It was very dark. So that was very annoying. But I got it in the end, so that's good. So I was faffing about with that just before I came on here to do this video. And yeah, so I mean, what else have I done this week? I don't know. I've been booking a ticket to go to London, but it was cheaper to go to London than it is to go to Cardiff and back. It's like, oh my goodness, my days. If you know, because it was, if you go in a day, you can get to Cardiff slightly cheaper. But I'm going and coming back the next day. And the way it is I've also got a meeting in Cardiff, and Cardiff is a faff to get back, and because it's an evening meeting, so I have to stay in Cardiff overnight. So I have to go to Cardiff, stay overnight in Cardiff, get a coach to London, stay overnight in London, and then have the thing that I've got to do, and then possibly stay overnight in London. It was like, because there's no way to get back in the evening to my house because all the buses will have stopped. So either I have to go all the way back to Cardiff and get another stay, or stay in London. And I opted to stay in London, but I haven't booked the actual accommodation, because then I realised that costs a lot of money, because, you know, things like Travelodge you can get for about 50 quid outside London. Oh no, you can't do that. So I was like looking for bed and breakfasts and things, but I don't want to go into somebody's private accommodation, because there might be spooky, scary people that don't, you know. And I'm not sure. There's some places in Bayswater. I've stayed in Bayswater. That's where the cheap hotels are. But I've stayed in them before, and they're a little bit weird, and you end up getting rashes if you stay in them. So I'm not sure really whether I want to get a rash, because once you get a rash, you're stuck with a rash forevermore. So I'm not sure about that. With the chain hotels, I think they've got slightly better, more stringent cleansing policies, but they are more expensive, so I don't know what to do. I'll probably stay in a hostel. There's a lot of hostels. A hostel, but also there's a horrible film about hostels. I haven't seen it, but I know it's not great. And I have stayed in hostels before. I don't mind hostels. They're quite nice. And I don't really care about sleeping in a room with 12 or 14 people. I've stayed in hostels that had, like, the size of this room, and that had 14 beds in them. It was like, that's a lot. You know, you have the bunk beds all lined up. It's like a barracks or a prison or something. I don't care. I don't think they do that in prison, though. They do. It's more like maybe a barracks. I don't know. Maybe some camps. That sort of alligator sort of camps. Then maybe. I don't think I'd be able to cope with that, though, because you've also got mosquitoes and alligators, and also diseases and wet, and probably other things, and you don't want to stay there. So I will not go there. I will not go to alligators. So as long as there's no alligators in my hostel, it's probably all right. But you know, it's you know, you have to pay for the privilege of staying in a hostel. Are people talking to me here? Nobody's talking. I've never seen such a thing. Did you change back? Never seen such a thing. No, never seen such a thing. So it's weird, because, like, I think it's daylight savings in a lot of countries. What GMT is the real time. British summertime is not the real time. So actually, when we go back in the forward in the summer, that's not real time. So that's weird. So it is actually supposed to be dark. I don't like that. I don't like the fact it's supposed to be. If they're going to change the clocks, they should change it so it's light in the night. They should change it the other way, if they're going to do it at all. It's not right. You get used to it, and then it's just like, no, it's dark by 4. I do not like it being dark by 4. I do not like it being dark at all. Except you can see the stars. Except you can't because of the light pollution. My mother keeps saying, I can't see the stars. I haven't seen the stars for a while. Where's the moon? It's like, they're in the sky. If you really peer and look really, really carefully, you can still see them. Just about. Anyway, this wasn't an infomercial. I'm not, as I said, I nearly threw it on my new phone. That would be bad, because the reason that I had to get the new phone is because I dropped a cup on the old one. So if I throw a stone on my new phone, then that will break too. I'm still using the old phone that my brother gave me with a crack in it. Everything's got cracks in it, except for my new phone. My new phone hasn't got a crack, but it's also not got a very good camera, so I'm like, oh, it's like, get the cheapest one, but the camera's not good. So, what can you do? Django Reinhardt. He had fewer fingers. No, he had like paralyzed fingers. He wasn't missing them. It's modern music for you. Yes, I would one day like to learn to play the guitar. I don't know if I'll ever learn to play the guitar. I can't do it yet. But I will one day. I'd rather play guitar than not play the guitar. But I'm never going to play the guitar. I'm never going to stop from playing the guitar because I can't play the guitar at all. That's very sad, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to do a B and an F. I don't know which one's the B and one's the F. They're similar. You know, anyway. 1, 2, 3, and that's an E. Is it though? Is that an E? Is that an A? Is that an A? Is that an E? Is that a D? I do not know. Is that a G? Is that a C? I don't know, because I can't play the guitar. Yes, I play guitar a little from what I hear. No, I can't play the guitar at all. Not any chords, I don't know any chords. The Beatles knew 3, but I don't know any at all. I don't know G, I don't know C, I don't know A or E. I don't know any of the D's. And I don't know any F's or B's. I don't know any of the chords at all. I know absolutely none of them at all. I would have a ball if I knew any of the chords at all, but I don't. People that can play guitar include Dolly Parton and Django Reinhardt, but not me. Never me. That's very sad. So sad. Very sad. Anyway, so we have had a lovely time, haven't we, in this year? What is there to come? I don't know. I might go to Edinburgh too, but I might not. Because there's a possibility that I can just do that meeting online. I want to go to Edinburgh, but it seems to be, and I, last time, got expenses to go to Edinburgh, and now I'm not sure that would happen if I did it this time. So I'm like, that's a lot of faff to go all the way to Edinburgh for a 2-hour meeting, and then have to come back again. So if I do, then I have to travel all through the night. And then I'll probably have to book a hostel. So hostels! Been watching a lot of videos of people going to places that I've been and people that I've seen. Somebody was looking at Scott Monument and going, what's this thing? I'm like, oh, that's the Scott Monument. Fun fact, not a fun fact. The person that designed that won a competition to design it, disappeared in mysterious circumstances because there was some sort of controversy about whether he should have won it or not. And he had won, and he was very proud of himself. But the person that thought he had won was very resentful. Anyway, one day he was walking back to where he was staying, all the way across what is now the Meadows, and I think was the Norlock, got drained afterwards because I think he fell in it and died. That's sad. Or he might have fallen in the Ulriki, the loch that they drained, the one that was right in Edinburgh itself, right at the bottom where the train station is now and Princess Street Gardens. Anyway, he was found and they dedicated it to him, and the person that was, I think, I might be wrong about this because I'm doing it from a long memory. I might be making it up. Let's be honest. There's a possibility that this might not be true. Anyway, he disappeared, and there was all sorts of and the person that was originally wanted the design, I think, actually got to design it, finish it. In the end, finish the design and get all the credit of it. I might not know that anyway. It was in Cloud Atlas, and I have been up it. I went up the spiral staircase, and I had a panic attack going up because I get very scared on spiral stairs. The first time I found this out is I went to a castle in Kilgetty Castle, I think. And there was a spiral staircase, and I had to stop on the spiral staircase, and I was like, and I had a sort of like freak out, and I thought maybe it's some sort of past life experience and something terrible has happened to me on the stairs in a spiral staircase, or maybe I just don't like spiral staircases and they're dangerous. Anyway, that happened, and every time since I've been on a spiral staircase, but I never learn. And this spiral staircase is all the way up, very narrow ones. So if you're going up and somebody's coming down, you have to sort of jam yourself up, and there's a log jam, so it's very inconvenient that I'm going I'm sort of crawling up the stairs when people are trying to come down and people are trying to pass. So that was very embarrassing and scary. They are scary. Spiral staircases are so scary. Somebody was talking to me, I didn't see that. Hope all is okay. Oh yeah, we are all watching you. Oh, thank you. Yes. Anyway, spiral staircases, and they saw the Scott Monument, and they were also filming the castle, and they were going, as an American in Edinburgh, and I was like, they were genuinely an American in Edinburgh, but they were saying it like that with a castle behind them, and I thought, deja vu, because just a few weeks ago I was going, where's the castle? And it was right behind me, and I was pretending to be an American in Edinburgh. Very strange. So I do not think that this person has seen my video at all. But it was a coincidence, a coinky-dink, if you will. A coincidence, everything's a coincidence, except the things are just random. Very random. So everything is random, isn't it? I don't know what's going on in the world at all. I'm very worried about everything. It's like, but I tell you what, I was like, shall I buy land? That's what I'll do. So I was looking up places to think, like land is very, very expensive. But I always look anyway, like on Rightmove or something. I go, oh, look at that piece of land that I can't afford. Wow, wouldn't that be great? So there's like 3.5 acres of scrub land somewhere for £2,000. But that is the estimated, that's if you auction it. If you're auctioning something for £2,000 and you bid on it, then it's not going to go for £2,000. You will have to pay millions of pounds for it. So yeah. Anyway, there's like bits of scrubland with little sheds in it. It's like, I'm not sure what I could do with a scrubland in the middle. Where was it? It was something pits. It was called. It was. There had been a disaster, a mining disaster near there, and it was a railway terrace or something, a former railway terrace. There wasn't a railway there anymore because they've knocked down all the railways. The railways. So it's really in the middle of nowhere. In Blaenau Gwent, or is it Caerphilly, or somewhere. Somewhere that's not here. In Caerphilly, things happen in Caerphilly. Plaid Cymru, I've got in Caerphilly, which is a bit of a relief, even if you're not a Plaid Cymru fan, just because no good reason. Anyway, I'm not necessarily a Plaid Cymru voter, but I would rather them than the other person that was trying to get in there. That's where Tommy Cooper's from, Caerphilly. Yes, so it's a question of balance, isn't it? Because if you don't want somebody to get in and somebody else gets in that's not necessarily the people you would have gone for, it's still better. Really, you have to compromise in this life. You have to compromise. So, and I've got friends who are Julian, if you're there. Hello, Julian. Plaid Cymru. Plaid Cymru, they seem good enough eggs. It's like, well, it is what it is. It's like the Green Party. Not necessarily a Green Party voter, but yes, go for it. Ideally, the less lunatic part of all the good parties, or the good parties, or the not bad parties. I'll leave you to decide what they might be. All the people that are all right in all of the parties would get together and go, let's just jettison these absolute what's-its. There are some parties that there's no good people in. I leave you to decide who they are as well. There are some parties where there's nobody worth redeeming in them. And there's some parties where you just wish that the people there would get a grip and just go, this isn't the party for you. But as I say, I'm not telling you which party is which. Which is which? It's a Halloween thing. Which is which? Which is which? Are you a witch? Which is which? Which? Yeah. So yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Am I going to dress up for Halloween? It's going to be past Halloween by the time I come here again. So this is effectively the Halloween edition. Woo! Spooky roller thing. Woo! Spooky box. Ooh, everything's spooky at Halloween. Spooky contact lens fluid. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, apparently that Atlas 31 or whatever it is, 31A, AA Milne Atlas thing. I don't know. Can't remember what it's called. There's a sort of long, thing coming close to the sun. It's like, ooh, this is what it is. This is actually what it looks like. Ooh, it's coming, and everyone's going, well, it's aliens! It's like, ooh, no, it's a giant pen in space. Ooh, and it's going to come for us. So there's not much point. If there are aliens on it, and they invade, then they've probably got plans that we can't really say anything about, really. That's too much, People are knocking things down and building other things that nobody wants and dumping all the pits on golf courses. I'm not telling you who they are, but I think you know. And apparently there's loads of asbestos and lead paint and rubbish in it, and nobody knows what's going on. It's a strange times. What on earth is happening? It's like if this had happened any other time in history, people would be outraged and be going, oh no, whoa, no, that's it. Like Ratner, he's a jeweler from, he was very big in the 60s and 70s and 80s. They used to sell lots of engagement rings and eternity rings and watches and things like that. Ratner, Gerald, I think his name, Ratner, was selling so many little trinkets to people, so many trinkets. And then one day he said in a speech that he was selling rubbish to people. He might have even called it crap. He said it was terrible and tatty and a load of old rubbish, and yes, it's just printing money and all these gullible fools buying all this jewelry off him. And that was the end of Ratner, because everyone heard that and went, excuse me, that's where I got my engagement ring is from. Strangely, Elizabeth Duke, which is about the same standard as Ratner, did quite well from having a Goldie Looking Chain talking about them. Goldie Looking Chain song. Got my rings from Elizabeth Ratner. I can't remember what song it was. It was one of the songs anyway. Goldie Looking Chain. Do you remember them? I think they're still around somewhere. They're from Newport, just down the road from here. Not like Manic Street Preachers. Manic Street Preachers were just over there, that way, and I'm like, that I think is north, so that is south, and that is west. So west, over there, over the mountain and down again. There's a big mountain. If you go over it and down, then you will probably get to where Manic Street Preachers are from. Or one of them was that way, which is south of here. And then in Newport, which is even more south from here, is Goldie Looking Chain, who were famous in the 90s, or was it the 2000s? I don't know. Maybe the 2000s. I lose track of time. Everything blends into one. My dad, for instance, was talking about the time that we went to Port Miriam on holiday, and that my brother was awkward and didn't want to go somewhere with us, and he was very little. I'm like, was he very little anyway? He's a big grown-up person now with a big beard. He's like, and my dad said, it doesn't feel like very long ago at all. And it's like, well, it wasn't, because relatively speaking, nothing is. Like, a human lifetime is piddly small. So short, so short, so short. So sad. Yeah, but nothing you can do about that, really, is it? You just have to keep on going. Anyway, I'm going to just round this up. So, happy Halloween if you celebrate that, and happy not Halloween if you don't celebrate that, and happy day after Halloween if you celebrate that, and happy anything else that's going on this week. If is anything going on this week? There's probably some sort of celebration for something. It's like, is it Diwali yet? Was that last week? Stuff. And then November the 5th. November the 5th. November the 5th. Remember November the 5th. What's on November the 5th? I don't remember. No. November the 5th is something in this country. And I know there is something in America too. It's sort of, in America, it's the day that you vote for a president, but not this year. But in this year, this country, it's the day that we build a big bonfire and put effigies of people on it in celebration of somebody that tried to destroy Parliament and didn't do it very well. So it's like, are we celebrating his efforts, or are we celebrating the fact that he failed? It's very difficult to say, because a lot of people are celebrating the fact that he tried, and a lot of people are celebrating the fact that he failed and was caught. And which one is which? Which is which? Which one is which? Which one is which? It's difficult to say, really, and I'm not saying, because I'm on the fence. Am I saying it was good? Am I saying it was bad? I'm not saying anything, but we do tend to have big bonfires and fireworks. It's fireworks night. Fireworks night, bonfire night, Guy Fawkes night, whatever you will. People tend not to make Guy Fawkes anymore. When I was a kid, people used to like stuff clothes with paper, like newspaper, which also is not really such a thing anymore, newspaper, and make heads of people heads to look like Guy Fawkes and have a big moustache and a hat, and usually, and they would cart it around and go down the street and say, penny for the guy. It's like trick or treat, only with an effigy you're gonna burn. It's a little bit more scary than Halloween, which is why Halloween's not so big in this country, because the week after we're just burning effigies of Catholics, and that's not great, really, is it? Not a great thing, really, but people were getting money for that. So when Halloween sort of started to supersede it, I always celebrated Halloween. Bobbing for apples we used to do. You stick your face in some water, maybe in memory of all the witches that were ducked, and you try to, and you like blah 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 blah, and you come up with an apple in your mouth, or you stick an apple on a string and you go like that, and you try to catch the apple, or you have a toffee apple, or you have a baked potato in the bonfire. No, that's bonfire night. Baked potatoes and bonfires are bonfire night. But apples. Anything with apples, that is Halloween. And you can carve a pumpkin. We used to carve a Swede. Not a Swedish person. It's a rutabaga. A rutabaga. A rutabaga. A rutabaga. A rutabaga. Anyway, that's what we used to do. I didn't get a pumpkin this year because it's a waste of pumpkin. A pumpkin can be eaten. I saw some video of somebody that had bought in America, bought a pumpkin with food stamps, and everyone was getting at her, going, "Wow, that's not how you." And she pointed out that is food, and that she is actually going to make it into soup and pies and all sorts of things. So, because pumpkins are nice to eat, but if you're carving it out and leaving it out, they tend to go a little bit manky and rubbish and horrible. And by the time you go, I will eat it now, sometimes it goes a little bit bleh, and it's rotten inside, like my soul. Anyway, today I was cutting up loads of apples in honor of Halloween. Cutting up loads of apples and cutting them up and putting them in the freezer. So you've got apples forever, because the apples that fell from the tree, a lot of them they looked like they were nice apples that were never going to go bad. But once one is bad, then it affects the whole thing. And also they looked all bruised. I thought that they were nice and pristine, but the more they were left out, the more bruisey they are. So took all the bruises out, peeled them, and cut them up, and put them in the freezer, and we can make all sorts of things. We can make pies and crumbles and apple stuff. Applesauce? You could make applesauce. That'd be nice, and stuff. Anyway, is there anybody saying anything here? No, it's all gone. Success or not? Celebrate. Descent. Oh, yes. Party Animal Farm. Oh, gosh, everyone was talking. I didn't see it. They all disappeared. Anyway, so happy Halloween, and happy bonfire night, and happy Diwali if you celebrate it. Happy everything, and happy. None of these things are happy apart from Diwali. That's happy. That is happy, but the rest of it is really grim. It's all about death and destruction and all sorts of spooky weirdness. So yeah, have a nice time for all that celebrate spooky weirdness. And I will see you again next week, if indeed you are here. And if not, then I won't. To be honest, I can't see you anyway. You will see me if you tune in. Tune in next time for the next installment of whatever this is. Happy, safe Halloween to you. Have a good week too, Arafingal. Have a good week, Chase. Have a good week. Anyone else who was there. Hooray! See you next week.